What's going on, guys? Haxa here with another episode of Skul the Hero Slayer. Who's a good starter today? I mean, I could do a bomber run. It's been a while since I've done Kaboom bomber. But who's the partner Skul? Obviously not committal. Really, none of this is committal, as I always like to say. Let's bring water. It's been a while since I've used water, too. I'll take dive, actually. I'm a big dive enjoyer. Gotta have those iframes. Although, I would say, the dive iframes are a little imperfect, because, when he comes out from the water, when he comes out from the dive, he can't move. So it's another one of those, like, you can't move in your vulnerable situations. But, like, I don't know. Dive is, there's a perfect example of it, actually. If I had been able to move there, I could have dashed, and I think I could have avoided the brawler damage there, but I couldn't move, so I couldn't dash. It's interesting. The way that this game has, like, you know, like, iframes that are powerful. Like, dive is good iframes, but it balances it out with the lack of the move. It's kind of similar, I guess, to the int swap, where like you go into the ground as an int and you're invincible for a few seconds. But that's also imperfect because when you're falling down to the ground, if you're like say in the air, like the perfect way I can describe this is the Dark Skull speed form spikes attack, where he like summons the spikes out of the ground. If you are like in the air when he does that, and you swap to your int when you're like in the air after you already jumped to avoid it, when he falls down to the ground, he takes the damage from the spikes. So it's just an interesting, weird little thing where like obviously he's not going to be invincible when he's falling down because he hasn't gone into his iframes yet. So like. And that's just like the easiest way I can describe it. Like obviously, like if the solution to that is just don't swap into your int when you're like in the air. But I'm just using that as an example. It's like something I did once and I noticed it and I was like, oh wow, that's like a weird kind of like it turns this otherwise excellent swap into something that can actually hurt you. Also, I'm in trouble here. I should probably stop yapping because I did take the artifact omen. Which is an omen I don't have a particularly high opinion of. It's not, like, bad or anything. It's just... It's artifact, right? Like, something that I was talking about... also, I'll grab this just to hedge my bets a little bit. But something I was talking about during my item tier list is the significance of... Also, we cannot get... Oh! Okay, no. Problem solved. I was going to say we can't get treasure on our pedestal. And we're not going to have treasure for this next portion, but immediately get a stone mask. That's pretty insane, actually. And also on a run that's looking like it's going to be a low roll. But my opinion on a lot of the omens is actually, like, attached to the inscription that the omen represents. Especially with omens like this, where it's like, the effect is fine, but it's not like it scales your damage percent or anything, or does anything significant like that. So you kind of have to go based off the inscription and the item effect, of course. Which is like the omen artifact omen's item effect is like perfectly acceptable. It does good damage. It's attached to a good inscription. It's just like, how often are you building artifact 6? If you're doing an artifact 6 run, there's a lot more justification for something like the artifact omen. Whereas if you're not, you could just have an artifact item that's scaling your damage percent. That it doesn't have the omen debuff attached to it. It's a lot safer. So I don't know. I find it hard to justify it, but I took it here just, I don't know, try something a little different. See if I can maybe get a run like this off the ground where I can use something I'm not used to. But there's a bunch of other omens that if I'm especially sticking to this route, I would much rather have, such as the execute omen on bomber runs. Essentially acts as an ability, like an extremely powerful ability spam item, because once you get bomber to legendary, he can like do, I believe it's 10,000 damage that you need to do, maybe 20,000. I can't remember exactly, but whatever the damage requirement is for the execute omen, branches of destruction, he can do like constantly with 0 issues. So, just because of how explosively, and yes, pun intended, how explosively powerful the, and I'm deleting this immediately, the execute Omen is. Bomber runs, also I meant to go in an honor room, bomber runs with the Mutant Omen are insane. I don't know if you guys have to be told that, because, you think about it for 2 seconds, it's like, oh yeah, he's swapping constantly. The Mutant Omen is already absurdly powerful. So let's just constantly be activating it and skyrocket its power to an absurd degree. We might be on to a pretty insane run right now because, like, these two are quite the powerful duo. If I can get some crit items going, this will literally be insane. Like, and we're at the start of the run, so, like, we got plenty of time to get this shit off the ground. Grab that. This is not good because we have Bomber who cannot basic attack. Like, oh, no, not Pain and Despair. Once again, just non-item I have a generally high opinion of, but at the same time, it's also worse because we have Bomber. I'll take it, but just as a temporary addition with the desire to sell it later and cash in the 800 gold. But yeah, not an item I have a high opinion of. It is what it is. I kind of wish the devs would kind of give it some love, especially after like they're just attaching 50% in both directions to stuff like Armor Fear. Like, Pain and Despair doesn't do nearly enough to make it worth having, which is a conclusion that people have slowly but surely come to. Back in the day, that was like a uncommon opinion, but also power creep has changed things. Like, I've long held the opinion that Pain and Despair is kind of mediocre, but people didn't agree with me back in the day. But I guess, like, with power creep existing, it makes it even more obvious just how, like, to the same with Armor Fear, right? Like, it was good, I guess, but it had that internal limit that was bad for it, as well as having as well as just like not like stun runs already struggled with scaling their damage up, and I guess the devs saw that and buffed it. And then you have stuff like Indomitable Will, which has like also the 50% damage in both directions. So we're starting to see them add that to certain items. I feel like Pain and Despair is definitely a candidate for having that attached to it. Maybe not that much, because 100... It's like extremely dense attack speed scaling, so like, it's not like it doesn't scale you. It just doesn't scale you enough. So, it doesn't even necessarily have to be damage, like crit percent or something attached to Pain and Despair would probably be even better than damage scaling. Maybe too good, even. But these are the kinds of things that I hope the devs consider in the future. If we're having, like, you know, a 2.0 coming eventually, which we almost certainly are, that's the kind of thing I'd like to see in it. And 2.0 is going to be that's like a big benchmark for a lot of games when they get their 2.0 updates. I even kind of speculate that 2.0 could be like the final update for Skul if this game doesn't have longevity. Because, like, the devs did say you know, we got the ending. Like, they said Skul's story was over. That doesn't necessarily mean that the game is done, though. It could just mean, like, you know, now we go to another continent or something. Or maybe they're making Skul the Hero Slayer 2. Or maybe they're making a whole other game. Who knows? Also, I'm yapping like crazy when I'm this close to death. I don't got fear, man. I trust in these two skulls together. They're quite good, as you can see. Just Omens are dangerous. Even though this run does have that dog in it. Well, 225 is actually pretty bad, but I actually figured it'd be higher. Like, I looked to my stats, I was like, yeah, dude, we got that dog in us right now. I look immediately, and I'm like, oh, wait, we actually kind of don't. We actually kind of don't got that dog in us. That ain't good. We normally have Treasure 4 by now. Yeah, I forgot to buy it in the shop. Ah, fuck. Because I just assumed I had it. Unfortunate. Cat Ice is probably not worth taking blindly. We'll take this. We'll take this even, because we are kind of living on the edge constantly on this run, so it's perhaps a good idea to invest in last resistance, because like there's a lot of reasons these days to invest in it anyways. Obviously we have like the Howling Egg now and stuff like that. We could even see like a Olive Tree Cudgel, which, you know, is still probably worth taking on a run like this, at least right now. We don't have a clear identity. Also, we did get Risky Upgrade, which I hate. I don't like Risky Upgrade at all. I think it's terrible. So, unfortunately, we're not going to have like a second skill that I'm using on my bomber, but like that hardly matters. There's like, you know, not a ton of utility in really ever using the second skill on bomber. Unless, of course, you're playing like an ability spam items run. Because bomber actually does have a pretty powerful, but rare and hard to get ability spam items run that I've shown off in the past. But it is like, you need to get 2 hyper-specific builds together, or skills, I mean. And that's easier said than done. Whereas, like, always making sure you have Kaboom on your bomber is, like, something you can literally always do. You never have to do a bomber run without Kaboom. Like, you have to line up a lot more to do this run. Also, Medusa, again. If it shows up, I'll take it. Crit items, please. Don't tempt me with bone shards. Oh, also, let's buy treasure. I remembered. No. And no. None of this is what I'm looking for, sadly. Technically could buy the Baja Blast, but I'd rather save my money on a low roll door run. Brawler. You can't ruin my day, Brawler. I was ready for you. Whoops. I guess we're exploding on one little maid. Screw her in particular, I guess. I'd really love to get Kaboom Bomber to Legendary as soon as possible. But also, I don't know if I've played Bomber since I've gotten the new influx of subscribers. This might be the first time my YouTube audience is seeing me play Bomber. Maybe some people hadn't yet seen Bomber and why I value him so highly. So this is a good, will hopefully serve as a good reason why I think Bomber is as powerful as I do. He's such an enabler for so many different crazy things. Just because of, like, there's no other character in the game that enables swap strats in the same way that he does. And basically all you have to do to ensure that your bomber run is good is have a good swap partner with him. And thankfully for us, Water Skull is really, really good at swap shenanigans. Also, the Auto of the Forgotten is also quite a powerful way to ensure that your bomber run is good too. We didn't have bomber up yet, or Kaboom up yet. I'll just save my Kaboom there. Yeah, she does not stand a chance. We still have low damage. That's like the main issue that this run's having. No crit items too is kind of annoying. But there's plenty of time for that to work its way into the run. Get rid of that. Get rid of this guy. Just make sure I loot everything, because people were on my ass for missing the mage the other day. Sometimes I do miss adventurer loots just because I get like caught up in something. I'm actually not going to spend the resources on this. Not yet. I can't think of another swapper I want more than this, but it could show up, and I would feel bad for committing the bone shards to this when I could have just waited. Also, you see a little bit of platform cheese there. Didn't actually kill anyone, though, so kind of fucked up. Boom! I'm just going to use this here. Oh, I should have used it on the fucking Dark Elite. Like, this Judgment's actually annoying. Ah! Can't get too comfortable. Oh, this is terrible. Oh my god, what an asshole. Okay, we got him. Very obnoxious enemy there. Doing his best to make my day worse. I mean, fair enough, brother. Alright, that room was terrible, but thankfully it's over. Berserker, we used you yesterday, brother. Take a hike. Take a break, dude. You already earned your keep. You don't got nothing to prove. Man, all of these Dark Leads are very annoying right now. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. It's because we're lacking damage. We are lacking damage percent, and that is not good. But easily fixable. Oh my god, he's alive. I did not think that the Gatling Gunner lived there. I'm not going to lie. I was not prepared for that. Not that he could have done anything too scary, but... Thanks, Treasure 4, by the way, for all the bone shards. You're such a bro. Now, no. Because Bomber can't. Oh my god. This can go. Manatech, we don't really care about Manatech. We also have a Tackle Dashing Power Skull, which makes that a little less enticing. Man, what is happening? Can I don't know, get some fucking damage scaling up in this bitch? We'll take these bone shards, though. 140. Probably just commit to the Water Skull after we get out of this, because, like, this is a powerful duo. And I am pretty far removed from a Water Skull run. And this is, like, a fan favorite. Often very much praised by the community, as he should be. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention earlier that I wanted to touch on is how good, like, you can also do Arson runs as Bomber, and they're quite good as well. He has, like, very easily spreadable passive Arson that he's just constantly putting onto enemies. This should be pretty easy. Although, I mean, we're definitely getting a cheaper one, yeah. It being a legendary makes this super worth it. And there's the damage we've been looking for. Lose a little bit of gold percent gain. Or not gold percent gain, just gold, passive gold generation. Although there might be something better to get rid of. You know what? Actually, yeah, I'll hold on to Treasure 5 for a little bit. Ditch this. Because, like, I don't care about that. I'd rather have the gold generation. You're also not coming along, so that settles that. We're using a Water Skull here. But the Pot of Greed was huge, definitely. Alrighty. Lyanna sisters, please go easy on me. I do have last resistance, so I'm not super afraid. I'm probably not riding the merry-go-round here, because I just don't care to do it. We're gonna pretty easily deal with these two fools. We also have iframes, which is always in, like, if I have a bunch of iframes or like a reliable source of them, I will more likely be willing to skip fucking ringing around the rosy with these fools. Although we are, of course, still low damage percent, so this is pretty... maybe I should ring around the rosy. It's not like I'll lose too much by doing it. As long as she doesn't die, I will ring around the rosy here. And if the long hair sister comes down, she might die anyway, actually. Oh, it's the short hair sister. Perfect. Yeah, let's see if we can beat the shit out of her right now, because this would be the perfect time to kill her. She might escape with her life here. Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, the long hair sister is super dead. Dodge it! Oh my god, she's getting lucky. She's getting so lucky. No! How is she alive? Okay, that did not work out at all. I was impatient. I should have waited to see if the short hair sister came down. We are definitely pretty disastrously low on the damage percent here. Very unideal. Oh my god. Yeah, we did not get even slightly lower HP in phase 2. I don't have to be afraid because we have dive. Definitely a great moment there to show the importance of iframes and how powerful they are. And also, that could have been pretty bad and showed why I am not exactly the biggest fan of dive in terms of iframe generation, because that was like a good example of what I was talking about earlier. When you come out of the water and you're completely vulnerable, you can't move. Yeah, this is that was a juggle. If I lose last resistance, I literally don't care. In fact, I might just lose it on purpose here. Once I am low enough. This is still not up. I guess it's fine. Yeah, okay. That works perfectly fine for me. Really shows that we need to get our damage up, though. We're immediately going to upgrade our bomber to legendary, and then he's going to be really, really putting in the work. And we'll have like a unique water skull, which will make our lives a little bit easier as well. Perhaps now I take something like this, just temporarily, for its inscriptions, to get a little bit of a power boost, get rid of this. I think I'll do that. Although this would, like, if I had the crit items, I would definitely take this. And I might take it anyway, honestly. Yeah, I think yeah, because we don't have another shot at getting this. We got one chance to take it. It showed up. It's really good for the build if we can just get crit items. So yeah, I think it's worth it there. No, thank you. Pass. Frankly, none of this is that good. I'll take weakness exposure. Weakness exposure is good with the Idol of the Forgotten, and also water's waves bouncing around the room makes it pretty damn good as well. This is a humongous upgrade for us here. Now our Kaboom has 0 cooldown attached to it. And now we will be generating more water waves with our swaps. It's going to get pretty good pretty quickly. Oh, we got the fucking shitty skill though. I'll probably be ability swapping at some point because I do not like this skill. It's so bad. It's like unjustifiable. Really shouldn't even be pushing the button. There was an example of what I'm talking about with dive. Like I couldn't even try to dodge that because I was stuck in my animation. We got a missile coming. Just run away while it fucking makes its way over here. Give me bone shards. That's fine too. Frankly, I probably have enough bone shards for now. I should be asking for other things. Nope. God, that skill's so bad. I swapped there because I could see the writing on the wall that I was going to get stuck in my fucking animation and not be able to dodge. It can be fixed, in quotation marks, by having like Mana Tech 3 or something. Any kind of skill cooldown, or the Arachna Shrine will also help. Which is actually far less valuable on bomber runs, but it's still valuable for us because we have the Water Skull who we want to have low cooldowns. But like Kaboom insta cooldown, especially with what's it called? A risky upgrade as our secondary skill, means that bomber's cooldowns are meaningless. And he can't basic attack, so you get no value there. Let's preemptively take this. I'm kind of doing a lot of preemptive taking of things here. But, like, come on. I have to, at some point, find a fucking crit item. Like, please. There's a forbidden sword. I actually, like, it's hard to pass it, but I think it's the right thing to do. It hurts, though. It really does. This can go. Finally cash in on this. We can get one more sell here. Or one more reroll. The game's just taunting me. This is kind of good. Like, if I can't go the crit item route, this is, like, another route that the bomber can take. Is ability spam. But it's not like Water Skull is particularly good at ability spam. He's pretty bad at it. Man. What is happening on this fucking build right now? I am not done with Treasure 4. I feel like taking this is... I'm just going to keep going. I don't know. I don't think I should get locked on just because I like an item and think it's generally good. And if we had crit items, it would be great. But we're not on that route right now. And I need my money and my Treasure 4 to give myself the opportunity to find like an invisible knife. Pretty much invisible knife is the main thing I'm looking for on this build. Because we're not mixed damage yet. And I'm kind of not building mixed damage currently as it stands. Not that that could change. Alright, you fix my fucking Water Skull, please. Thanks. It's actually the perfect combo that I wanted. Dive and Tornado together are kind of synergistic. You cast your Tornado follows your character where he's out on the screen. And you dive so you can stand on top of a character you want it to follow without risking taking damage. It's pretty nice. Almost broke that, actually. That would have been pretty gnarly. Ow. Just like that, except normally I'm like literally inside of the enemy, but... Principally, that's what we're trying to do. That was a little more damage taken than I would have liked, but I'm also not really all that afraid of these adventurers. We're starting to get our damage percent up. 648 is perfectly acceptable, especially when we're doing as much damage as we are with weakness exposure, combining everything together. This is going to be really, really, really simple, I think. Here's what I'm talking about. I spoke too soon. Let me get in the zone. Now the mage is uniquely able to avoid the disaster that's happening beneath her, at least up to this point. Now she's fucked like everyone else. Okay, where are you? Thanks for the heals. Game is being very mean by not giving me anything that I'm looking for. But that's fine. Because we'll get it later, I believe. Okay, I thought for a second I went over. Which would have not... usually I do it in the reverse order. I don't know what my brain was thinking there, but at least it worked out and I realized what I could have absent-mindedly kept putting bone shards in there. And then we would have had to wait an extra area to legendary our Water Skull. Which, for the record, is fine. I'm always talking about whenever I'm playing this character is like the upgrade from unique to legendary is really not that big of a deal. Sure, it's helpful, but Water Skull is like perfectly usable at unique. He's one of those characters you can kind of, if you're like desperate and you don't have the resources, you can kind of keep him at unique and still get the same general experience with like a little less power behind your attacks and stuff. And obviously less wave generation. It is important to upgrade your Water Skull to legendary, but if there ever is a situation where you like have to choose between your partner skulls, water can be like, you know, it's acceptable to not upgrade into legendary. Some characters like Bomber, for instance, it's like he's not doing everything correctly until you get him to legendary. If you have enough skill cooldown at unique, he can still perform pretty much as he does at legendary though, but far less damage. Bomber legendary upgrade is one of the best in the entire game, if not the best. Man, dude, we are lowering our door so hard. We're being hard carried by the Stone Mask and the Ancient Incense Burner right now. Brawl could be a way to... But this is basic attack, right? Yeah. Which actually doesn't matter that much. Our Bomber is more than carrying and making up for the lack of the... Maybe now we ditch this? Maybe I ditch this, actually. If I don't find Invisible Knife in this room, I'm hard pivoting to... Hard pivoting to Brawl. We could even do Brawl 4. This can go... Man, I really wish I took that fucking Cat Ice now. The ring is also quite nice. However, if I'm ditching this stuff... Get rid of this. Get our min-max there. Also this. Now we get rid of this. Keep this shop going. Looking for... Oh, come on! Oh, come on! Okay. It's fine, I guess. Lost a little bit of value there. I guess that's what I get for selling my stuff ahead of time. But that's fine. Now we can pivot from the treasure stuff. Because now we have what we were looking for the whole time. We still have treasure 4 too. Wow. Yep. Treasure on all these and treasure on the pedestal. Sorry to the treasure 4 or the treasure plus enjoyers, but I am more than likely not taking this to the end. I'm just not a fan of the power level that treasure enhanced gives you. I think it's too much. So I'm just gonna take these things. Now the run is insane. I don't know if I have to tell you guys. Got everything we could have wanted in this shop. Watch what happens now. I mean, like, it's night and day, right? Like, not that I need to convince people on the power of crit items. Though, I guess there could be new players who haven't seen it, at least at this level. I've already done plenty of crit item runs, but maybe you haven't seen one like this. Which could very easily be the strongest one I've shown you guys. I do want this item. I just don't know where it fits. A lot of people will point to the ceremonial dagger. This is something I see often in my audience. It's very strange. Like, whenever I'm looking for something to get rid of, one of the first things people point at is ceremonial dagger. But this item is really, really good on crit item builds. Like, it kind of shocks me that this flies under so many people's radars. We're definitely not getting rid of this. And frankly, I don't think we get rid of anything. I technically could get rid of this, I guess. No, it's my wisdom. This could technically go. Actually, this could go. Actually, yeah, this does go. What am I talking about? This goes, because this is denser damage scaling. We don't need Artifact 4. I'd rather have Mutant. Mutant 3 is great. We're going to be probably using that as our enhanced inscription. There's a lot of power in Mutant Enhanced. So, yeah, I'm glad that I saw that. That's the strangest things about the Golden Sword and Wand. They are very, very good items. But, like, I very often find myself getting rid of them before a run is over. And that could be because I don't play Treasure Enhanced. But at the same time, this was true before they even added Enhanced Inscriptions to Skul. I would often find myself ditching it before a run ends. And it could be because they have the Treasure Inscription. But they are just, like, they're extremely dense stat sticks. Which is very good in Skul, you know? Like, stats are everything, or damage percent is, like, so important in this game. It's just interesting. I've been trying to figure out why I get rid of them so often. I guess because, like, maybe they're just... like, stat sticks are good, but, like, they're not everything. Item effects on the text and stuff is also very important, too. So, who knows? Probably a mixture of everything I said. I don't know if other people have the same experience as I do with those items, though. It could be a me thing, also. But, yeah, this is, the world's weakest bomber water skull run. If you could not tell what just happened there. You saw her for 1 second, you're like, oh, it's coming! And then the fight was over. Yeah, we can't really fit any of this, so we're just gonna break the legendary. Be on our way. Stand over here in the air of the void. Withered Hand is good here, right? Yes. Kind of. it makes my Kaboom better. And it's not like we care about the damage of our basic attacks, so absolutely. And then we just take Go-Getter, and the run is literally like, at this point, good GG's. I think I can safely say that. Though obviously anything can happen. I could make a stupid mistake or something, who knows, but like the run losing from here would be crazy. We're at that stage. This is like archetypical bomber power. Combining these two together is like insane. I guess I set myself up for an easy dub today because we had like the fucking loss with the clown and the extremely close call with the berserker run. So I was like, man, this shit's getting me down. I'm just gonna set up a fucking easy dub today, I guess. Though not that I went into this consciously thinking that, but subconsciously my mind was there. All right, Halfling, you're free. My dear friend, go ahead. Yep. I don't even know why I said I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. Maybe I'll take some damage up here and actually get to use it. If not, I'm just going to leave it on the ground. Like, I don't even want it. You can keep your friendship to yourself. Am I tripping? That's kind of a little too memey. More of an issue of where would it fit, right? Than anything. Technically, I could ditch the Brawl now, but, like, Brawl is just too powerful for me to want to do that. This could technically go, but it's making my crit items more consistent. And also, I was literally just talking about how I want an easy fucking win. And it's like, oh, how about Omen 2? Pass. It's like, we don't need that shit. That's literally just making my life harder for no good reasons. Loser. Man, can you get out of my way? Like, what's your damage? What's your deal, dude? Ghoul, get out of here. A little bit of platform cheese here. You guys like this? You guys like that shit? Pretty sick, huh? When you got the Idol of the Forgotten, you can do shit like that. Now everyone up there is just insta-dead. They didn't even have to deal with, like, the water waves. Oh, for the record, I should mention this when I'm playing with this item. Because, like I said, there's a lot of new people in my audience, and I kind of take for granted that people know what's going on. What makes Idol of the Forgotten so powerful is it's actually considered a swap attack, which is very special for this item. Because it doesn't deal item damage, it deals alternating damage. And alternating damage is skull damage, which means it can crit. So basically, this is an item you pick up that has the ability to crit, which makes it insane with stuff like Invisible Knife. Crit items in general. Though only crit items. Like, sadly, it can't, like, proc, like, basic attack items or anything. But, like, it's still very good. Like, if you've ever seen this and you're on a crit item run, you pretty much instantly take it. Like, without a shred of doubt. Alright, I was hoping to see this. There's really nothing on this run I could take item-wise that improves it. We're pretty set. So the rest of my money I get on this run is going to go towards flasks and bone pouches and stuff. I literally can't think of a single item I'm missing that I'm, like, desperate for. Because we're not mixed damage. Well, I guess we kind of are. That would make Gunpowder Sword maybe worth considering. Just like, he just evaporated, man. He didn't even have time to throw down his, like, little doohickey. We almost instantly evaporated a Dark Elite, an Executioner Dark Elite, which is just so sweet. Like, I fucking hate those guys, so instantly killing them is, it's like a special kind of feeling, you know? Makes me happy inside. Show me the Huntress, please. Okay. I don't want to beat... Like, she hasn't made me mad enough to want to beat the shit out of her. Like, the Huntress would have been perfect here. I'll still beat the shit out of her. But it's not like... I'm not, like, settling a grudge like I am with some of these others. Man, you don't deserve the old lady. You didn't get to put the wall down. You fell off. Ow. Get out of here. Sadly, I know you can't toss her into the pit. I tried one time. I think I was on a stream. I tried throwing my enemy into the pit, and they wouldn't go. There's like an invisible wall there that blocks it. You know what I'm going to do? Normally, I scale on max HP here. I'm going to scale my damage, because I'm feeling it, man. I got like a raging beast inside that needs to giga kill these fools. Probably because I had it so rough over the past couple days. Because I ain't worried about my fucking HP on a run like this. It's like, oh no, we don't have 300 max HP. We're pretty much dead, I guess. Didn't even get to look at that guy. Why is no one... What was keeping these gates from opening? I don't even know, man. I'll cleanse even though I don't have to. Fuck it, bro. Flying enemies, just leave. Just get out of here. You guys are cheating. At least Joan flies close to the ground, so she still gets hit by this shit. Y'all are just straight up cheating. It's sickening. You should be ashamed. 2 living armors back to back. Absolutely, absolutely insane. Which, by the way, living armor would have been insane here. Still don't think it would have been better than water, though, because living armor swap is a passive swap. But also being able to constantly generate soul burns is also really powerful. Out of my way. Lots of skull rooms, man. The game is being very kind. I think we absolutely full scale our damage shrine. We're probably not far off from max scaling the entire thing, but I don't think that's going to happen. And a last second dupe. There's so many possible dupes here that are so good. Frankly, they're all good. This is probably the worst one, but even then it's good. Actually, this is the worst one. If this is duped, we don't take it. Almost tempts me to get rid of it. I'm tempted, man. It's good inscription benchmarks though, so let's not tempt the fates. Just full send. If it gives me it, it's like I didn't expect to get a dupe anyway, so that's good. It's dense damage scaling. What are my inscriptions are Misfortune and Brawl on the pedestals, and those are both pretty damn important. Because I'm thinking like I could get rid of this by Wisdom on the pedestal. It's like 110 damage every time I crit whenever I activate this. But that means I have to... Well, being Joan without Wisdom is nothing. Technically speaking, by... You know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Because not having Misfortune on the pedestal is kind of meaningless, because it's only -5 crit. When you really think about it. Because Misfortune only gives 15, this gives 10. And the damage that it gives me is, like, very powerful. So I'm thinking, honestly, that all we have to do is beat Joan without Wisdom. So we're minus a pretty big, hefty chunk of our damage. But we'll get it back as soon as we get out of this. I'm glad I saw that play, because I think that was the correct one. Alright, Joan. You're doomed. It's that simple. Just go ahead and move over here. Yup. And also, this is one, I talked about this in yesterday's video. I'm going to stop her from summoning orbs. It's very easy when you have Medusa. There you have it. She goes into an attack rather than going up here and waiting around to summon her orbs. It's just a dumb little glitch I found that I enjoy doing because I found it, and I'm happy that I contributed a glitch. Though I've contributed, at this point, way more than that to the glitch scene. But still, so I'm happy that I discovered that one. Now you're going to show me this shit, but I think we're not going to take it. Yeah, I'm thinking at this stage, we're completely cool. We're chilling. I don't know why I broke that, because the money's pretty meaningless here. Don't know why I'm looking at that. We can't do anything with it. This is not a max skill, right? It's close, I think. Yeah, we're gonna be one away. Unfortunate. Not a big deal, though. I'm actually shocked that we somehow pulled this off on a low roll door run. Like, this is really close. Close to 300 max HP. That's a little sad to see. But like I said earlier, it's like, oh no, we don't have 300 max HP. What are we gonna do? I guess we just lose. 290? Dog, we're fucked. It's over. Change this to wisdom. And now we're back. And better than ever. And what are you? Alright, Pikeman. Good gotcha gaming. Here's our kit. You'll see how good it is. Because keep in mind, we're not even done. We still got Mutant 3. And also, there's a very interesting glitch in Skul the Hero Slayer, where certain effects in the Dark Skull Phase 2 fight, when you're down in that pit, certain effects like AoE terrain effects are doubled down there for whatever reason, and the devs have never fixed it. One of those AoE doubled effects is the Mutant Omen, the Auto of the Forgotten. Sorry, I had a brain fart. I imagine also something that would be doubled down there is probably Lake of the Spirit. So if we had that on our Water Skull, we could maybe do something with that. We don't, so we can't. Can I stop him from ulting? Nope. Not that it matters. Alright, we got through the OSU despite having Bomber and Water Skull, which are not ideal. We barely took any damage against him. He's stuck in a room full of bouncing water waves, trapped in a freaking prison of his own making. He's fucked. Although the water waves are gone now, but they will be back pretty much immediately. Oh, I missed completely with that. Bozo move. We can have 2 tornadoes going. Sadly, not quick enough to kill him before he ults, but who cares? None of it matters. How do you do that? Did you guys see that? He summoned the spikes there. I thought he couldn't do that. Huh. I've never seen him do that when he's doing his ults. Also, uniquely be able to dodge the spikes there with dive. Put a tornado on top of him while we're at it. Alrighty. Let's move on to Act 6. The Demon King Castle Defense. Which, for whatever reason, back before they released the DLC, I was under the impression... Man, dude, that's so many misgivings about 1.8. I mean, not 1.6. I remember I thought when they said Demon King Castle Defense that it was going to be a new game mode. Because that's how they advertised it, in fairness. But it was not. It was just another chapter. Which is good chapter, but not as big as I wanted. Like, just imagine if we could go backwards through the Forest of Harmony with a bunch of new scary enemies. Be so sick. Anyways, increase physical and magic by 25 and attack speed by 15 upon swapping. Max 125 and 75. 25% chance to refresh swap cooldown upon swapping. So, with how often we're going to be swapping, that's fairly often. We're going to roll the 25, I imagine, at least a few times in this in-game gauntlet. And it will be quite powerful, and we will be very happy. Alright, Dark Skull, you chose the wrong day to show up to work, bro. I warned you, man. I said, don't show up to work today. And then you showed up. So you're about to find out what happens. Yep, there it was. The immediate refresh, and now we're just stacking up layers and layers of of Idol of the Forgotten, and he's not having a good time, as you can see. Let's see if we can do that shit again. We're kind of just making a bomber dupe at home. I'm not even afraid of this guy, which normally I'm super afraid, because you know why? Like I said, the Idol of the Forgotten effect is doubled for whatever reason. See it down there? So he's taking like multiple layers of this. He got me there even. Okay, let's not get too comfortable here. He's pulling out all the stops. I've gotten good at that lately. Probably should shut my mouth before before I fuck it up. But let's dive here, use iframes to dodge that very easily, and we don't even have to do the Giga ult because he's dead. And now, I don't know if you guys can imagine a world where the tibia is good here. I can most certainly promise you that it is, so I will be taking it. And yeah, we are absolutely going to destroy Dark Skull, or Alexander, I should say. I remember earlier in the run when I said free dub, and turns out I was right. This shit is free. I don't even think I'm gonna do my usual min-max here. I'm just gonna start beating him up. Pillars, go ahead, summon him. Give yourself a sporting chance. I don't mind, brother. It's like the only way that you even could remotely slightly stand a chance here is with these things. And my face itching like crazy in real life. God, dog. Fuck these allergies. It's horrible. This is no way to live. That tornado over there. Is that going to stay there for the beginning of this? Like, it is. I wonder if it's like... Oh no, it disappeared. Oh. Fucked up, bro. Is that thing gonna die over there? It might. Yep. Wasn't much I could do about that, but obviously, as you can tell, it doesn't matter because we're instantly killing him anyways. And this thing's also instantly gonna die. Yeah. Crit items, man. What do you... Crit items and Kaboom Bomber with Water Skull. Like, it is what it is. You just, you can't beat it. You just can't beat it. Howdy. Yes, sir. You're in big trouble, man. Stop. You're not getting me. I think that's going to be a pretty good win screen. It's fine, I guess. Not even close to as good as I wanted it to be. Anyways, GG's. Classic power scaling. You can't beat it. Like, this is like why I consider Bomber to be one of the best. And the work he puts in on every run you take him on is like insane. Obviously, there are some characters where he puts in like the work isn't going to be as good. You need a powerful swap partner, basically. Water Skull is one of the best. So like you pretty much can't get much better than this. I'm trying to think of characters who could put in more work than Bomber or a Water Skull as the swap partner. Ryder potentially, though I don't even think that's true. Hunter, maybe? But even then, I don't know, because, like, Hunter's swap is good, or great, I should say. It's one of the best in the game. But, like, with this in particular, like, Water Skull just puts out, like, all-encompassing fucking, like, constant DPS across the entire screen, whereas Hunters is all concentrated into one spot. The stuns on Hunter swap would be very powerful, though. If you were building like a stun bomber run, you would probably want Hunter as your partner, or like Rockstar or something. Rockstar's another good one who would be great. Completely change how you play the Rockstar, though. Like, you're not really focusing on the burst, you're focusing on the swaps, which is going to be powerful. I don't know. Point being is, like, there's not too much better than this. We just witnessed greatness. If that was your first time seeing something like that, I imagine you're probably going to go play a bomber run now. It's really, really powerful. You don't even need Out of the Forgotten for it to be powerful. Like I said, there are other omens that are really, really good. Like, Branches of Destruction are insane on bomber. But, I don't know. Like, you don't even need omens. Just build crit items. Or, actually, no. If you're doing, Kaboom Bomber under normal circumstances, the thing that makes it work here is the Auto of the Forgotten. So don't build crit items on a Kaboom Bomber normally. Ability spam items are fine on Kaboom Bomber under normal circumstances. Even just like damage percent runs are good with Kaboom Bomber, though they won't be as good as this. This is pretty much the best kind of bomber you can build. But yeah, like ability spam items and crit items if you have Auto of the Forgotten. Building bomber is very simple. Just good swap partner and like good damage and like an archetype on top of it all. Very simple stuff. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Yep, this was definitely a palate cleanser after the past couple of days. something a little treat for myself. Something nice and simple that I can build very quickly and easily. That just pops the fuck off and shows the absurd power of bomber and Water Skull too. To be fair, he you know, like this would not work without someone like Water Skull along for the ride. So, shouts to Water Skull as well. But definitely, Bomber gets thumbnail privileges because I mean, come on, really, like let's be serious. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye bye.